Why is this message so important? Because without fighting with faith, you may not make it to the finish line. But see, we don't really want to hear that. We just want to be told we're okay and we will be safe. But here's a question for you this morning. What if you're not? Did you want the pastor just to give you everything you wanted to hear and then come up short in the end? Of course not. The regions of hell are filled today and will be filled one day with people that said, I wish I had. And I'm sure they're filled with people blaming people that didn't tell them what they should have done. Listen, if you're a man or a woman, or you're a Christian in this place today, you've got God living inside you. You've got everything that you need. I just want to sharpen that today. I just want to stand up here like a father to you today. Even though some of you may be older than me, like a father, I want to tell you, you're a man of God. You're a woman of God. You can do it. So stand up and do it. So, Pastor Rocky, I don't know what to do. That's okay. Any pastor this morning would love to just be greeted at the door with people saying, I don't know what to do, Pastor, but I'm here to do something. You see, I'd rather have somebody that's always doing the wrong thing because I can get a hold of them and steer them back to the center and hopefully towards the right thing. One thing I know is, like, as a pastor, you come to a church, you don't necessarily know what everybody's called to do. So this gets to be a tricky situation. Sometimes you got to try to figure out who everybody is, and it takes a little bit of time, and you need people to be patient with you. But I know one thing, and that is that, man, God has a plan for every person. The church never is outlined, and this is why Paul's talking like this to Timothy, is never outlined in the New Testament as just a passive congregation. The church is outlined with clear guidelines and responsibilities. If you want to know what the church is, just look at Acts chapter 2. When the Holy Spirit fell on them, what did they do? One guy got up and preached, but that was just one guy. It wasn't just Peter that reached all those people. Peter was a voice. Peter was a mouthpiece, but there were a lot of other people, you know. There were the people in the upper room. The 120 at least were around him, and that's how they harvested the 3,000 and the 5,000. And God adding to the church daily. And God multiplying the church. That's how they did it. They just kept working with God. It was them moving together. Hey, let me say this to you. Every church always, needs to outline its vision. One of the clearest parts of the vision for Connections Church is we are not just any church. If we become like that, we got to fold up tent. Because there's enough of those already. I've pastored them myself. I've been one of those before. We don't have time for that anymore. We need people that understand, hey, faith is something that's for you. You can't poke your neighbor in the ribs this morning. Say, Pastor's talking to you. He's not. He's talking to you too. Right? We got to be people of faith. We've got to be the Bartimaeus today. We don't see well today. We are sick like the woman with the issue of blood today.